Hello everyone, and welcome to this Videos on Frontier video. My name is Jay Wakefield. Now what you're looking at here is the Compaq DeskPro P1.0GHz. Now I recently did a video on this where I actually got it out and set it up, KVM'd it with the Compaq PCi 2240. I'm not sure if I actually showed you that part, but I certainly showed you the upgrade, well, the replacement of the graphics card in the machine and the subsequent testing of it to make sure it was all okay. Now, when I moved this computer through to this room, I did have a couple of well, I did have, how would you call them, really? I did have a couple of jobs kind of planned for this machine. Some work that I was planning on doing to it. First off, the black DVD writer is, well, it's missing. You might notice there that I'm using a beige or white or whatever you want to call it, cream DVD-ROM drive, just a regular DVD-ROM reader to supplement the CD writer drive, which is already in here. Now, I felt that that was a positive upgrade, well, downgrade, as it were, more likely, because I really have no plans for writing DVDs on this. However, I did want it to remain my, super epic idea of a Windows 98 gaming computer. So I still wanted it to have dual drives. Now you might be wondering, well, why even bother doing this? I could have just saved myself the expense. Well, first of all, I wanted the drive to actually look better. I wanted the whole system to look better. And I didn't want a mismatched black drive in the case. And what's happened to the black drive? Well, it's currently sat in this drawer, but I do have a use for it. As some of you will be aware, I am trying to build a couple of machines up to give away on FreeCycle. So the black DVD burner will actually go into one of those. So, what's the other job I had planned for this machine? Well, this one arguably is an upgrade. See, you may have noticed that this machine is now in, well, it's away from my main computer, which means I can't actually feasibly connect it to the main machine via Ethernet. So what I have here is an old Belkin wireless card. And my plan is, it's a PCI card, my plan is to install it into this machine here, so that I can actually connect wirelessly to the network. Not necessarily to go online, but certainly to be able to transfer files to and from the computer. So, let's get started. Again, you'll remember that the upgrade procedure, well, the procedure for opening this case from the graphics card upgrade video. A Radeon 9600 GT was just inappropriate for a machine of this age, and anyway I had problems with it in Windows 98. Excellent. So what we have here is this. We've got 5 PCI slots, which is a very generous amount, especially for an OEM board. Thanks, Compaq. Really appreciate it. We also have an AGP slot, which is populated, as you can see. So the next plan is to install the wireless card. And I plan to do so in one of these top slots here. So what I'm going to need is a Torx screwdriver. Like Brandon Bishop, I'm doing this in a one-handed kind of a way. Brandon Bishop's Apple Macintosh 2CI disassembly video, that is an extremely funny video. I urge you watch it. It is, I'm not going to spoil it, but suffice it to say, it is fantastic. Right. These screws kind of overlap, so with this machine, it's kind of a good thing though, because it means the blanking plate's secured down, so I need to actually not remove, but certainly untighten this screw, so that I may remove the blanking plate. There we have it. And now there's 2 parts to this wireless card. There's the wireless card itself, and then on the back of the wireless card is a, well, it's some sort of a bolt. And what you do is you screw in the included antenna, and that's kind of necessary for the picking up of signal. The Lee & T build has internal wireless on the motherboard. So Belkin G Wireless Desktop Network card. Well, it's actually just a, Wireless G Desktop Network card. So the next thing to do, this card is actually a lot smaller than most PCI cards. I've got to make sure I don't pull the CD audio cable out of the sound card here, but I just need to press down on this. I might need to do this. Yep, done it. Just going to make sure it's completely pressed down. There we go. And the audio cable is still in the sound card. Now, that's good. So what I need to do now is find out my screwdriver, and I will tighten up this screw here. Well, actually, I think it might be an idea if I got the other screw securely in first of all before I start trying to, tighten the other screw, because this plate might need to be obviously movable. So we'll get the screws in. There we go. Excellent, and that's the wireless card installed. Now I'm just going to move this machine around, so there you can see it. Now we need to connect the wireless antenna. There we are. So there's a wire coming out the back of this machine. And this will make this the second computer I've had that features internal Wi-Fi. Well, second desktop, obviously. I've had, you know, laptops that do, but yeah. And now it's time to test it. Make sure it all works and then configure the driver. So I'll thank you. I'll switch over to this machine on the KVM, and then I will smoke test. I don't know if the BIOS will actually say that something's been reconfigured. I know it did for the DVD-ROM drive. For now, I'll configure it in Windows 2000 because Windows 2000 seems to start up faster. There seems to be a problem. Windows 98 will have a great big pause when starting up, something that I will need to troubleshoot into. But thanks to the way that Windows 98 actually works, I can do a step-by-step boot configuration, which you know, that is fantastic. It's a feature that I kind of wish. Well, in a way, I kind of wish we had in Windows, but there's that many things to start up in Windows 7 now that you'd be there for ages. Do you want to start this? Do you wish to start that? Would you like to start the other? Would you like to start this? Would you like to start that? So I've got the wireless drivers downloaded. So I'll just plug in a flash disk into the Octopus here, even though it's well, it's not got 8 USB ports. 8 USB 1.1 ports and an unpowered hub. Well, actually, I'm thinking it is USB 2 because it's a new hub. But yeah, obviously the computer is only USB 1.1, so the hub has got to be backwards compatible. That's a beautiful thing about USB 2. Let me just type my password in here. It's probably best off that I do just kind of install the networking in Windows 2000 because, well, here we go. Well, there's, there we go, network controller. It's actually been detected, but I have the software here. Oh, and then here we go, human interface device. I think I'd plugged in a joystick. There we go. Okay, so if I've done it properly, this should actually be in wireless cards. Here we go, Compaq DeskPro EN P1.0GHz. See, I've even named it properly. Now I don't know if at this point I will need to install the McAfee wireless security that I usually have, and nor do I know, and I didn't even think about this when buying this. Not all network adapters are WPA compliant. And if this isn't, I can't connect to my network. Because I know the Buffalo wireless cards, which accept Windows 98, don't. I mean, even with McAfee wireless security, they don't accept WPA. It's just my network is displayed with a bright red cross next to it, whereas the Netgear WMA 521 cards, they actually are wireless WPA compatible. So go figure. Okay, I didn't expect for that to happen. Because this does support APM. So I did actually reinstall the operating systems. Never noticed how dodgy looking the shift keys on this keyboard are. Oh well. Okay, so network controller. Let's actually try finding it now. Hopefully. What? Is this even the right? I don't think there's any drivers with this. What's all that about? Oh well, I have to see if I can actually get the drivers. Derp. I have had the drivers for the wrong version of the card, but now it's asking me to select the channel based on which country I live in. So United Kingdom. Please shut down your computer and insert the PCI card to finish the installation. Well, the PCI card's here, so I don't know. Oh, it's installed. There it is. There it is. Very nice. Belkin 802.11G wireless card. Here we are. We're on. We're actually on. So let's see if I can get online. And I don't know what happened to that computer restart. And there we are. We're online. So what I'm going to do now is go to www.oldapps.com. I can't remember how well if all this works in... Hang on, no wait, I'm not going to do that, am I? What I am going to do is go to my flash drive instead. I believe there's a folder that should be called, there we are, Legacy Utilities. Within that folder, there's the wrong version of Firefox. Oh well. But an old outdated version of Firefox is better than no version of Firefox at all. So that's what I'm going to install. And then hopefully I should be able to use that to go and get Firefox 12, which is the last compatible version for Windows 2000. And then we'll try some cruel experiments. Turns out I need to auto-adjust the display. And turns out it's still not done it properly. So what I need to do now is go to Firefox. See, as you can tell, Old Apps seems to be working absolutely fine. Last working version of Firefox for Windows 95 was 1.0. No, it was 1. Well, it was the last version of Firefox 1.5. Last proper version working without kernel EX for Windows 98 and Millennium was Firefox 2.0.0.20, which is a version I currently have installed here. The last known working Firefox for Windows 2000 is version 12, which seems to not be here. I don't understand why that is. Oh, there it is. It's quite odd now using these old versions of Firefox for old versions of Windows, knowing full well that I used to use them with Windows Vista. You know, Windows XP and Windows Vista back in the day. Because that's all we had. But then again, I must admit, you know, having your primary software being compatible with a legacy operating system, I think will have been a wee bit of a perk. I remember going down to Dale Fort with the on a school field trip down in South Wales for a biology thing, and it was an education centre. And they had a library, and they had a computer in the library, which you could actually get online and do. Well, basically, you know, it was basically an internet terminal. It was running Windows 98, and the then latest version of Mozilla Firefox, which was, you know, it was kind of nice. This was back in 2005, and I can't see where the download button is. It just doesn't seem to be one. Why you do this? And that's not the download button, that's an advert. Nasty, nasty advert. Of course, now the main reason I got and installed this wireless card, I'm now actually able to access files from my PC. Let's try installing FileZilla, see if that goes. Some programs still actually work very well with Windows 2000. But will FileZilla? I do believe this is the latest version. And I also have... yes, it does! Yes, it does actually go. That is amazing! That is fantastic! I do have a couple of friends with FTP servers. So that could be quite useful, being able to access them from this machine. Okay, I'm just going to ignore the upgrade notices. So I'm going to click for Windows 2000, old version of Adobe Flash Player. Flash Player 10.1 for non-IE browsers. Is it going to show me a download button? Oh. I don't know what happened there. I just have no idea, unless the machine... that wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah. I'm hoping that was just kind of a one-off blip. Now, some of you might be wondering, am I planning on any upgrades for this machine? And the answer is a resounding no. And there's a good reason for that. This was my childhood computer. It's never been opened, and apart from obviously general maintenance tasks, CMOS battery replacements, that sort of thing, I'd kind of like to keep it the way it is, if I can. Hard disks are mechanical. The hard disk in that, I mean, it's getting noisy. I do fear that might have to be replaced. The power supply, if it's anything like the later Compaq Presaриos, it's going to be proprietary, and that's not a good thing. Which means, you know, if it went, I'd have a job on trying to find one on eBay. I just double-clicked Firefox straight away. I probably should let the network software load up and actually connect. See what I mean? Oh, there we go. Oh, I like it. Firefox has kind of found where I am. And hopefully I should just be able to go and get it. Ah, I think I know what's wrong. I also think I know what's causing the machine to black out. I think it's that web page. Well, that seems to be it working. Some pages seem to like to crash the system. But web surfing is not what I set up this machine for. Like I said, I set it up to use with my wireless. Of course, I've mapped network drives, but unlike wired Ethernet cards, in Windows 2000, wireless network connections are established through the wireless software, which of course is third party and therefore has to be loaded after Windows has loaded the desktop, rather than during Windows is loading. For example, if it was an Ethernet connection, the connection would be there, it would have been established at boot up, and therefore for mapping of network drives, Windows could have gone to the server and checked that the drives are still there and mapped to them. However, I can actually still access, now that I'm actually online, I can actually access everything. So that's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, that concludes this video. I hope you've enjoyed watching it. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked what you see, please feel free to subscribe. The URL, of course, will follow while visiting my channel. If you've not already done so, please feel free to watch my previous videos. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.